Hello everyone, welcome to Prodigy. This is Ashutosh. Hope I am audible to you. This is a very brief information session regarding our booklets and content material for the mains optional public administration. The material has been developed with a very precise and accurate understanding of the nature of exam, the changing trend in the examination. So how a student is going to maximize his score with a good answer writing skill. A good answer writing skill, as you know, also comprises primarily of the good content. Because I don't believe that there can be a good answer writing skill without having a good content or command over the content. So obviously people who have studied before, all our ex-students or students who have studied anywhere, the public administration optional, and they have been searching for good material over a period of time. They may be looking into several books in order to find out a concise, comprehensive, understandable, analytical material at the same time, or at probably one place. That is one-stop shop. So these, we have curated and developed a stack of content, a stack of books, totaling 8, out of which 7 are the more or less the regular part. The 8th, that is the Bridge magazine, is the dynamic part, which will cover or keep covering your current affairs, analytical issues, important contemporary debates in public administration, governance, and some other areas even of general studies paper 2. So that will be available to you along with this package of books for an year, right? Starting the moment you purchase the other booklets. So it comes with the package like this. For the next 1 year, you will be getting the current perspectives or current affairs perspectives through the magazine called Bridge. Now coming back to the starting material. So we have 8 booklets, out of which 7 booklets are more or less which cover variety of aspects of the subject, the domain of the exam. So we have first two booklets. They are in combination, which is the collection of the weekly handouts that we give to all our foundation program students. It is probably one of the most comprehensive, conceptually developed and evolved part of the syllabus. As you know, that majority of the content in paper 1, the questions in paper 1 come from primarily the 3-4 units, or probably the 6 units, right? That is the unit 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and likewise administrative law. So these are 6-7 topics which are very important for paper 1. So this is a collection of handouts which exactly we also give to our foundation students, and it consists of a lot of conceptual, analytical understanding of the content, obviously, for which the students move from pillar to post. So it will cover all of that, right? Then that is same with the paper 2. Again, it will also cover a lot of dynamic content, a lot of debates, and more or less, obviously, your entire syllabus, both in a comprehensive manner and in an interlinked manner, both way it will be covered through these 2 handouts. So this is the first block of 2 booklets which will be available, right? This is a kind of gold mine because it is obviously the part of the foundation program that we teach. Then you have the handbooks, 2 handbooks. One for paper 1. The handbook is more descriptive, detailing of every topic, right? So of the entire syllabus, description, detailed content regarding that. Obviously beginners or people who want to go in depth, analyze things or acquire more facts and information regarding something, they want to understand something from the scratch or from the context, they can use this handbook. It covers almost everything. Right? And secondly, it has been developed in a form which is easy to understand and read. Fine. So it will cover any gaps that you have in terms of information. right? Primarily the handout collection will cover a lot of gaps that you might be having in terms of concepts and analysis. Then similarly, you have the handbook for paper 2. Again, it covers comprehensively majority of things, right? Second ARC recommendations, first ARC recommendations, detailed analysis of different topics, certain static topics which are there, which obviously are very difficult to find content upon, or we may find mostly traditional content. So this will try to fill the gap for that. Also, the beginners can read this in detail, finish it, and then obviously move on to the handout. For all those people who have studied already, the handout is the first thing to do. That is why it comes first in the category of this content. So for all those people who have studied, they should start with handout. For all those people who are starting, they can use handout and handbook simultaneously, right? It will almost cover everything. You don't need anything beyond this. Then it's not all, right? So you have, after this, there is, once you obviously understand the topic, the content, once you have detailed information, now what do you need, right? Obviously, it becomes difficult for you to write answers, right? And for that, obviously, the next step is to go to the PYQ. Obviously, as you see, the PYQ prior to 2012, 13, in fact, 12, 13, 14, the years, the nature of questions became too anarchic. Prior to that, 2008 time, the syllabus changed. So prior to that, the questions which are there, more or less, they also cover the content of the syllabus, right? But the nature of the questions prior to that was not dynamic. So when you see the change in the trend of the UPSC, it comes primarily or mainly from 2014 onwards. And that is why we have segregated 2015 to 2023, that is the contemporary answers for the PYQ. And that is a published book, right? It is coming in the first week of June, right? And this obviously you can use for not only revising the PYQs, but also understanding that how do we need to develop the answer, the certain pointers for the answers, the keywords for the answers, or the core areas, core concepts related to a question which has been asked. So how do we develop that idea and how we can put that into an answer format, right? Obviously, because all this come in combination, right? You can also get this book if you want individually also, there's no problem. But as this come in combination, so the moment you read handouts and you start solving them, right? It becomes very easy for you. So it has detailed answers, it has conceptual understanding, it gives you a sense of how to expect a good answer for a question, right? So it is not just merely an answer, it is also an answer which has been developed in a form that you are able to make a sync between the question and the answer, and you can use these answers as a content as it is to write in the exam, right? So this PYQ will comprehensively cover 9 years of question papers written in more contemporary way rather than the traditional model which people used to write earlier. So the nature of the answer and its content and the flow of the ideas also must reflect the contemporary changes that is visible in this PYQ, right? It has been curated by me, right, along with some good students who have scored very well in the mains examination. Then we have also supported it with a value addition material, that is a handbook for prospective question bank with answer. So once you're done with this PYQs, then obviously you need to anticipate, okay, what can be the questions which can be asked, how a particular topic, if I'm taking up the syllabus and revising it, then how or what will be the nature of the, the questions which UPSC can make, or the ideas on which UPSC can think around, right? We increase our level a little bit, we modify, we improve that level to some higher level analytical thinking. So this collection of questions, classic collection of questions and answers, which majority of these questions have been made by us, right? Some obviously have been borrowed from the UPSC. So it is a combination again of the innovative questions and the PYQ analysis. Around 200 plus questions are there with answers again. So once you revise PYQ, again now you will use this for strengthening that content which you have developed through PYQ, right? So it will give you some more questions, some experimented areas, right? Unread areas which most of you leave. Probably you don't think beyond certain dimensions. So this will cover those dimensions as well, right? Then obviously, once you are through all this, right? So this collection will have 6 sectional tests and 4 mock tests, right? So you can imagine somewhere around 220 plus questions are there, fine. Then obviously you can, after once you have done this, obviously I think you should write the exam, right? But yes, you need to know certain things from the second ARC. There are some standard ideas, some standard content, right? Some recommendations, some unique value addition that you require. Perennial issues are discussed by the second ARC. Second ARC also is useful in terms of putting up an argument when you are writing an answer, right? When you get tail words like critically analyze, critically evaluate, right? Reason, or what could be the possible causes for this, or discuss, fine, comment along with certain examples. So when you get things like that, obviously you require second ARC. Second ARC is also becoming highly important for your paper 1 as well. As you can see, the nature of questions are quite overlapping between paper 1 or paper 2. That means you're not able to, specially categorize which this question has come from which of the segment of the syllabus, right? So that is the nature of dynamism that PubAd wants, and obviously scoring becomes quite easy if you have this attitude, right? But obviously majority of the students, again, they have the same watertight compartmentalized understanding, right? And they try to develop their overall answer writing skills based on that. So probably this will break the jinx, it will break the traditional stereotypes if you use all this material together, right? It will take time obviously to do all that, but yes, once you have given the mains, you are the student in the process of examination, you want to self-study, you want to self-revise, fine. So there will be 2 booklets. Obviously it does not cover all the second ARC, but it covers the major things which are necessary for, and it has been developed again in a way where you can use the index and you will understand how it matches with my syllabus. So you can use it, right? Along with that, these are 2 booklets, right, which will cover a lot of topics from the second ARC. It has been based on theme, right? So it is theme based and not necessarily the booklet based, as we have 14-15 reports of the second ARC. It's not report based, it's theme based. How we can integrate all this content and use for our public administration answer writing, that's more important. Fine. So you can say, so these will be 2 second ARC supplements, and then we have again, right, that is the booklet number 8, I would say, in the stack of this content. So the Bridge magazine, right, this will be the dynamic part. So the moment you purchase or the moment you take this booklet or start reading these booklets, you'll start getting the supplement in the form of Bridge. This is a supplement for contemporary happenings in the spheres of public administration, polity and governance, and other GS areas also, which might feel quite suitable with this, right? Also, time to time, we'll keep putting them articles in the Bridge regarding how to write good answers. Also, how current affairs matches your syllabus, right? What are the aspects which can be integrated with this? Automatically, you will understand, don't worry, once you go through the process of using this, right, in a time-bound manner, in a systematic manner, right, you will definitely start understanding, and this will make sense, and this will be available to you for the next 1 year, the date from the purchase of your booklet, or the date from the purchase of the content, right? The moment you buy the content and you inform and email us, obviously you will get, right? Now, obviously, how to get this content? So you can get this content obviously by going to the website or calling the office, right? On Flipkart and other also platforms, right? Though there is very clear that the old students, ex-students will have a clear-cut discount, right? There are 3 packages of the content on the website. If you go, you'll find out, right? So there is Mega, Prime and normal packages are there based on the obviously utility of a student. So, and it is not costly, right? It is a simple pricing. Obviously, ex-students can avail certain discount. Also, once you buy these content, right, and we authenticate you as one of the students, right? Obviously, once you have this content, you will also get 2 mentorship sessions with me individually, right, regarding any issue or doubt you have in the public administration Also, you have any doubt related to the content that you read. So we'll have 2 mentorship sessions, obviously spread over a 1-year period of time. Whenever you want, you can ask, right? Kindly don't make it too stereotypical and monotonous. But yes, if you read more, right, the curiosity will increase and the doubts will increase, and we'll be happy to support you in that format. Already we are doing it through our Telegram channels or Telegram groups. We are helping the students. Whenever they ask a question, I'm available to the extent I'm available, right? But yes, we don't boast of, but we take pride in the fact that we respond to those students, right? And whenever we don't respond, that percentage would be 10 to 15% only, right? So out of 10 times, 8.5 times or 8 times we'll definitely respond. Fine. So kindly look into this. All the students who have studied before, looking for a good content, looking for comprehensive understanding, and looking for obviously an interaction in terms of doubt solving with me, can look into this content. If you have any doubt, query related to that, kindly write to the office, call them, find out exactly what is the nature, what is the content. Preview is also available on the website. If you want a preview, you can also write us, right? Call to the office and ask for a preview of the content, right? You can come to the office and even see the content. There's no problem with that. So all those people who have been running from pillar to post, right? In fact, you don't need, after you do PYQ and prospective question bank, probably you don't need even test also to write, because obviously you will get a feel of the answer writing and the content, right? So all the best to you, right? In case you have any other query, do write to us. We are always available. We would be happy to help you. And also, with respect to public administration, right? Whatever innovation or creativity you intend to do or you feel like doing, you can always connect us for that, right? Public administration, policy, governance, whatever the areas are. So you can always connect to us. Thank you so much for listening. All the best, right? And try to look into the content in order to find out where exactly you are missing, what this content can do for you, how these gaps can be filled, right? Thank you so much. All the best.